The new channel. The new channel.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the new channel. We are here to help you see the new you. My name is Lloyd Luna and this is The Big Picture. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, wherever you're watching from around the world, magandang gabi po mula sa napakagandang Pilipinas. Siyempre, naunguna po sa mga naunguna po sa mga nanonood ang aking ina at ama. So Australia, hello mom and dad. How's everyone? August 6, araw po ng Thursday. I hope everything is just fine. Kalawang araw po ng ating modified enhanced community quarantine and I'm hoping na kayo po ay safe pa din hanggang ngayon. Those of you who are already tuned in, please do share our live stream link. Also, you can organize your own watch parties so that your friends can watch and share the same video. Very inspiring episode for tonight, I guess. Lagi naman inspiring ating gabi, di ba? Simula April. So share lang po ng share. If you have questions, comments, and suggestions, please write them down sa ating pong comment stream down below. At sasagutin natin yan. Mayroon po kayong mga ipapabate, mga nagdiriwang ng kanilang kaarawan or kanilang importanteng araw. Ngayon pong araw na ito, sige po, pakisulat na lang din po sa ating comment stream. Boy, Rob, happy birthday! Rob ng Puzzle Box BPO Inc. Happy birthday at maraming salamat sa iyong ginagawa para sa TNC, ha? Kumusta lang LinkedIn natin? Kumusta na? Si Rob is, ilang taon na si Rob? 21? Anyway, happy birthday Rob mula sa TNC. At sa entire family ng Puzzle Box BPO Inc. Loaded po ang ating gabi because we are going to do 3 launches ngayon pong gabing ito. I mean, bibigyan namin kayo ng mga teaser para sa ating 3 shows na maglo-launch this month. So again, kung hindi niyo po na-share ang ating live stream link, pakishare na lang po at para makapanood po ang iba. At kung hindi pa kayo nag-organize ng inyong watch party, edi mag-organize na po kayo. Medyo umulan po dito sa Makati, no? Sa Makati area, kaya medyo nabasa ang ating kalsada. Okay, at bilang Thursday po ngayon, syempre, lumabas ang aking column sa The Manila Times at ang title po na aking column for today, Experience is the Worst Teacher. Maraming nagtatanong, bakit hindi ba best teacher ang experience? Well, ang sabi ko po is para maiba lang. Wala lang, di ba? Sarap maging iba eh. Ito yung Agos, experience is the best teacher. Ito si Lloyd Luna. No, experience is the worst teacher. Hindi ko alam, 802 words po yata yung sinulat ko. Hindi ko na ako nag-justify ko yung aking pagsalungat sa kaisipan na experience is the best teacher. Sige nga, kayo nga po lahat ng mga nanonood ngayon, tingnan natin kung anong inyong pagtingin. Experience po ba ay best teacher or worst teacher? Kaya ang sinagot niyo po ay worst teacher, kasama ko po kayo. So, kakampi ko po kayo. Tulungan niyo akong ipagtanggol ang ating stand. Hello, Tess of Piana! Shout out mula sa LLIC family. Kumusta kayo? Mag-ingat kayo lagi, ha? Okay lang yung makabenta, pero safety first lagi, ha? Opo, ang LLIC po ay proud sponsor ng The Big Picture since last month. Oh no, May. Simula May, kayo sponsor na kayo, ha? Lulu Run. Opo, may makikita niyo ating patalastas dyan. Anyway, experience is the worst teacher. Sir Lloyd, bakit mo naman nasabi na experience is the worst teacher? Ano ba? Sabihin ko ba ngayon? Or basahin niyo yung column sa manilatimes.net? Meron lang akong pinoint out kasi ang experience ay nagdala sa atin from point A to point B. Diba? So nalaman natin kung anong nag-work. Kung nasa point B na tayo, relax na tayo, comfortable na tayo. See what the experience made you? Complacent, comfortable. So you are now looking at the result rather than the next thing that comes after the result. That's why dun sa konteksto ng aking column ngayong araw, is experience is not necessarily always a good teacher. Sometimes it's the worst teacher because it teaches us to be complacent and comfortable kasi alam natin nag-work. And the danger is, sometimes, hindi na tayo nag-explore because ang alam natin, nag-work naman na eh. So bakit ka pa mag-explore? And that is because, alam mo sa experience mo, na yun yung tamang ginawa mo. So, medyo na-stress ko ba aking point? So, inihalin tulad ko po ang ating experience sa COVID-19. Lahat naman po tayo is may experience prior to COVID-19. So for example, yung ating churches, yung ating government, yung ating mga political leaders, yung mga organizations, di ba? Prior to this pandemic, mayroon silang experience about crisis management. Di ba? So madalas na ma-manage natin yung lindol, yung bagyo, yung pag-erupt ng volcano. Ayan, na-manage natin yung mga crisis na yan. In fact, yung mga financial crisis na manage naman natin, di ba? Twice na. But then again, COVID-19, iba. So, yung experience natin sa 4 months, if it is any indication, I don't think we got the best teacher. Kasi po, 4 months in a row, hindi pa rin tayo natuto at hanggang ngayon, tayo pa din ay tumataas ang kaso. Yun lang, nasabi ko lang. So, hindi always na experience is the best teacher. Sometimes it's the worst teacher. So, kung anong po experience na meron tayo 4 months in a row na hindi nag-work, palitan natin yung teacher. In other words, palitan natin yung experience. Alright, so excited na ba kayo sa ating magiging discussion for tonight? magkakaroon tayo ng isang journey ngayong gabi. Uh, getting back. Pagbalik. No, pagbalik. Paano ka makakabalik kung ikaw ay talaga naman parang pinush? Parang ang tawag dito, parang you're pressed and your back is already against the wall. So, paano ka babalik? And then, i-enjoy mo ulit yung buhay mo pagkabalik mo. And a little bit of, our guest for tonight is known to be one of the best marketing communications person. So, tingnan natin kung ano kanyang idea kung paano nangyayari itong marketing communications ngayong panahon ng pandemya. Okay, so again, if you are not yet sharing our live stream link, please do share them and organize your own watch party. Pakisend na rin po sa inyong mga Viber groups, mga WhatsApp groups, at kung ano pa mga groups na meron kayo ngayon. Lahat talagang ginawa ng groups. No? Share nyo yung link natin para maraming makapanood. Because again, tulad ng iba pang mga gabi, this will be an inspirational night for everyone. So, yung pong karugtong na aking column, yung aking justification, because I put it in the context, no? Very specific yung context ko nung experience is the worst teacher. So it's a sweeping generalization when we first look at it. But second look, pag nabasa niyo yan, sana ma-convince ko kayo na ang experience is actually the worst teacher. Okay, so I'm excited to bring in my guest for tonight. But before that, as we all know, hindi pa pwedeng wala tayong headlines from the Manila Times. Government bears new COVID plan. Strategy calls for more localized, granular response. 2 Filipinos die in huge Beirut blast. Makati to pilot pool testing. PhilHealth probe must result in charges. Teachers want to reset school opening. Enforce MECQ protocols strictly. SWS COVID strands 3.5 million Pinoys in July. LGUs vow to fast-track telco tower construction. Oo, dahil kung hindi, makakasuhan po kayo ng ARTA. Anti-Red Tape Authority ang Director General is Attorney Jeremiah Bellica na nangako na po sa atin, magigest dito sa show. Kaya lang sobrang busy, nauna niya yung mga malaking network, syempre. Attorney Jeremiah, come on over. Punta ka na dito sa TVP. Matagal na kitang ini-invite. Inflation picks up to 2.7% in July. Not 27%, 2.7%. July inflation, non-issue for BSP monetary policy, according to analysts. And decline in manufacturing output slows in June. Headlines presented to you by the Manila Times. For more news and information, please go to manilatimes.net or download their application at digitaledition.manilatimes.net. Good evening, Sir John Francis Josue Abelgas. Okay, one last chance. Share the live link. So let's go and let's bring in our guest for tonight, marketing communications expert and a, paano ba ang tawag dito? Basta survivor to eh, saka ano to, lumalaban talaga. Malaman natin ng story ni Miss Gracie Venzuela. Miss Gracie Venzuela, come on in. Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat, madam, sa pagpunta sa TVP. Finally, nandito ka na. Thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it.
I'm very honored to join you tonight, Lloyd, and I want to greet everyone out there a very good evening. And I hope tonight medyo makabigay tayo ng konting mga advice sa mga taong medyo nasa stress, lalo na ngayong nag-MECQ na naman tayo.
Oh, hi. This is the thing that we didn't expect. We thought na papunta tayo dun sa better situation, but you know, this is one step back.
Sa totoo lang, ganyan talaga eh, no? Lalo na tong pandemya, wala tayong roadmap, this is unprecedented, at we just have to roll with the punches, ika nga. Kaya very timely itong pag-uusapan natin.
Oh, very good. But first, gusto ko tanungin, how are you? I mean, kaya ko ito tinatanong because I want to understand my guest kung paano nila ni-navigate and nagkupansan nag-cope dun sa 4-month lockdown, especially dun sa first few days and few weeks ng quarantine back in March. So, how did you cope?
Parang lahat tayo nung March na-surprise tayo, no? So, talagang yung first few days medyo nangangapa, palaging nanonood ng news kasi kailangan natin ng information, ano, paano ba tayo makakakilos, paano ba tayo makaka-continue ng ating araw-araw na pamumuhay, at talagang medyo mahirap mag-adjust nung una. After the first 2 weeks, medyo sanay kasi tayo ng adaptation, no? Talagang kailangan tayo maging flexible. So after the third week, medyo hindi naman comfortable, pero naka-adjust na. At nagkaroon na rin ako ng mga protocol dito sa bahay. Siyempre, yung mga safety protocols natin, kailangan sundin ng mga kasambahay. At kailangan sundin yung mga safety protocols ng community dahil itong lugar na tinitirahan ko, it's a gated village, gated community siya. So, madaming rules, madaming security rules. So, ang best way to cope is arm yourself with information. Keep your ears close to the ground. Medyo makichika ka sa mga village association at sa mga barangay, people in the barangay. Kasi ako, you plant me anywhere, aalamin ko kung sino yung mga dapat nating kilala, no? So, importante yung maging mag-build tayo ng mga, kumbaga, connections at bridges sa ating komunidad. So that's how I was able to cope by being part of my community, being one with my community, and at the same token, keeping my ears close to the ground and getting as much correct information as I can.
Okay, isa pa yung challenge yan, yung which information is actually correct, di ba? But were there activities na ginawa mo na never mo nagawa na ginawa mo because of this pandemic? Like in my case, nag-piano-piano, saka nag-Netflix.
Netflix, syempre lahat ng tao, di ba? Kasi, alam mo, madaming coping mechanisms pag stress, no? Kasi nung first few days, syempre medyo takot tayo, stress tayo. Hindi natin alam kung ano ba, walang kasiguraduhan, di ba? Saka walang trabaho, wala yung mga pagkakakitaan. You know, I'm part of the gig economy as a freelance consultant, and at the same token, I'm an events organizer. I'm a professional events organizer. So lahat ng kontrata canceled. So syempre nakakatakot yung ganung prospect, no? Meron tayong mga panunungkulan, meron tayong mga financial responsibilities. At isa pa, I'm undergoing treatment. Alam mo naman, medyo may health challenge ako. No, it's been 4 years, no? Since 2016, no? I've been
Pag-uusapan natin yung part na yan later on in the program kasi maganda yan. Maganda yung journey mo dyan because I cannot even imagine kung ano yung pinagdaanan mo because nito lang naman tayo nag-meet. So, hearing the stories from you, I thought, seriously? Nadaanan mo yun?
Look at me, a lot of people I meet and a lot of people I get to know, parang hindi sila makapaniwala, no? Kung nagkaanan ko ba yun? Pero like you said, mamaya-maya pag-uusapan natin.
Yeah. But that is not to say na hindi ka bitiwala sa iyo sa kakayahan mo. But considering yung magnitude ng case, parang kahanga-hanga lang na nadaanan mo yun. But ipapagkwentuhan natin maya-maya.
Sige.
Tell us something about your job and how you started. Yung marketing communications ba, is it something na doon ka nagsimula or product na lang siya ng iba pang career prior to being a marketing communications consultant?
Actually, good question. My marketing journey started while I was still in college. Kasi in college, I was taking up communication arts in De La Salle University. At on the side, dahil gusto ko din kumita-kita, I was selling advertising.
No college to? Why would you want?
I was a working student when I was a junior in college.
Why would you want to have an income that time? Kailangan
for me, I wanted to add to my allowance, and I had access to a company that offered me a part-time job. Tamang-tama, yung klase ko, pwede kong gawing MWFS. Yung Tuesday, Thursday, I became an AE, an account executive sa isang media company, selling advertising to different companies.
How do you get in that early sa advertising? Nung time mo ba, maluwag sila? Or ano yung process before you can get in?
I guess I was very happy. Yeah. Maswerte ako dahil yung brother-in-law ko at yung sister ko, they opened up a media company na nagba-block time sila noon. So they had AEs. At ako naman, since I was always interested in advertising ever since I was in high school, I thought that it was a good opportunity for me to start my marketing career and at the same time earn income on the side at ma-expose ako, ano ba tong world ng advertising. So, nauna ako sa mga classmates ko to have a professional experience.
Yeah, that is exactly what makes me curious now is how do you take that path? I mean, supposed to be, hindi mo pa ginagawa yun because probably 95% ng kaklase mo is hindi naman sila gagawa nun. I mean, hindi sila kukuha ng professional experience like what you did. How did that really happen? Is there a point na parang nag-trigger sa'yo to decide na you want to do this professionally? Kasi dapat parang hindi mo muna ginagawa pa eh.
Actually, I was introduced to it very early because my sister and her husband started a media company, a production company. And I was like always hanging around, they would produce videos, they would shoot material, and I was so fascinated with it. And then when they opened up the company, at that time it was called AV Dimensions, they had a couple of AEs who were very good, as in magagaling. They knew all the ad agencies, they knew all the advertising companies, and I was hanging around the office a lot. So, it was a great introduction to the world of advertising. Tapos may mga nakilala kong mga advertisers, mga account directors, account managers at that time. Until sinabi ko, subukan ko nga, why don't I do this part-time? Na-accommodate naman ako even on 2 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday. So I was going one agency to another.
Yan yung tinatawag nilang unfair advantage.
Yun nga siguro. Serendipity. Saka interesado talaga ako sa marketing and advertising. At that early age, I was 18 years old.
early exposure is very important. Which I don't know kung nangyayari pa ngayon na parang yung mga bata ngayon parang ayaw na lang ma-expose. I mean, of course, it's a sweeping generalization. Pero if you're going to think about it, parang iba, parang magpe-prepare sila right after graduation. Di ba too late na yun?
Well, actually, because of the developments in the way our high school education is structured, it's a bit premature kasi the way they design the tracks, di ba? Merong kang business, commercial track, merong engineering, merong technical service, ganon, di ba? So may mga tracks na ngayon. At that time, when you were in high school, it was very general. So there were no tracks. You made your choice of what course to take in college based on your exposure. Usually, if you come from a family of bankers, you would take the finance or accounting track or business. You would be you take an entrepreneur course.
Or based on a wild guess, because I was a victim of wild guess.
Yeah.
My parents were like, maybe engineering.
Yes, malaking influence ang parents. Sabi nga, I don't know if you know this very famous comedian now, si Joe Coy, di ba niya? Meron siyang monologue about Filipino moms. They dictate on their children's dreams, like they all want their kids to be nurses. So malaking influence siya yan. But my family, kasi we were entrepreneurs and bankers.
Kaya sa akin parang, okay, engineering yung kukunin ko. Sino ba dito sa atin sa family ang kumuha ng engineering? Well, so far, wala pa. So, you be the first.
Yeah, that's true. So, I was lucky, and then I went to San Miguel Corporation immediately after college, and I joined the marketing research department of the then San Miguel. During the early 80s, San Miguel was one big monopoly.
Oo nga, nung time na yun, sila yung talagang malaki. Yung nag-iisang malaki. How are you introduced doon sa San Miguel?
I had, looking back, it's really, I don't know, very by divine providence, I think, because I lived right across the house of the SVP for Human Resources. And he was a very close family friend of ours. And luckily, I was just in high school, and he told me, you better let me know immediately after you graduate from college because I want you to work for me in San Miguel. And then, true enough, after I graduated, and syempre, it was a big celebration, he reminded me, and I joined San Miguel, and luckily pumasa ako sa exam, and he placed me in the marketing research department, and that was tough because I was not a statistician, but being in marketing research exposed me to all the San Miguel brands, and up to this day, I'm very good friends with my colleagues in San Miguel. It was a very tight group. And market research is a very good springboard for a marketing career.
Is it because pwede mong daanan lahat? Kasi research centralized ba yung market research nila? Parang...
At that time, it was centralized. It was under the Management Services Division. Wow. And it was one of the management services that we gave to what was then all the operating divisions of San Miguel. So Fair, Magnolia, Agribusiness, so FLD, which is the Feeds and Livestock Division. So,
matuturo mo siya, no? Di ba matuturo mo siya parang a little bit of this and that, parang ganun, no? Buffet.
Smorgasbord. Kumbaga sa kainan, Vikings. Lahat ng pagkain nandun.
Gano'n kaya katagal sa San Miguel?
Naku, matagal. From 1983, and then I
1 year old ako nun, Take note.
Can you imagine? I'm really dating myself here. And then I left for the States to study in 1987. I came back in late 1989 after the big earthquake in San Francisco. Then I rejoined in 1990. I rejoined San Miguel sa what is now called San Miguel Foods with under Monterey Farms. And then
So,
stayed on until 1984.
what happened after then? I mean, after San Miguel?
I went to the advertising industry. I got hired as the events manager of a major advertising company.
Oh, wow. So, back doon sa where you started, Back where you started.
Well, a lot of people told me you're crazy to go from client side to agency side. That mostly that hardly happens. Usually, if you're in the client side, you would tend to remain there. But because I became so fascinated with the world of events management, I felt that it was a fantastic opportunity for me to level up and to focus my career in events management. So I was one of the few professionals in the advertising industry to have the title events manager.
But when was this? Kasi ang events management, parang nito lang siya naging concrete na concept eh. I mean, wala pa nga siya talagang subject nung mga time na yun.
Well,
Kailan, ikaw yung kauna-unahan, when was this?
Well, I was hired by that company in 1995, 96, thereabouts. And then I taught events management. I was a visiting professor in De La Salle University in 2001. And I taught the very first events management course under the marketing curriculum.
Kasi yung nag-work ako sa isang events company in 2005, I guess, 2005, 2006. Meron kaming isang consultant doon na nag-master yata or nag-aaral ng events management sa La Salle. Baka naging estudyante niyo pa yun.
Maaari.
Okay.
Because I taught the first course. And I gave it to La Salle. And up to now, I think it's still an elective under the marketing curriculum.
Oo, parang ganun nga no? Noon yung time na niumpisa niyo yung mga siguro yung below the line advertising, di ba? Kasing events yun.
Absolutely. You're right. In the late 90s, the term, from the mid-90s onwards, the term below the line advertising became a very famous buzzword. Because everybody wanted to do below the line, which is a term that refers to marketing activities that are not of the traditional tri-media advertising, but these were below the line, which is actually an accounting term, no? And that would be events management, promotions, ganon.
Parang direkta.
So, below the line. Promotions, activations, and special events management.
Ito yung direkta, no? Direktang marketing sa...
Direct-to-consumer po.
Oh. Okay, pero seemingly, base sa kwento mo, parang yung career natin ngayon, patas. And then something happened, I don't know when, but you had a challenge. So I'm going to pause for a short commercial, and then after that, let's talk about the challenge, your health challenge specifically. How did it happen? How did you come back? The big picture on TNC will return. Stay tuned.
Since I got my new place, I've enjoyed every single day here. Hotel-like amenities, attentive staff, resort-style living, all in a premium location. So life here is easy and convenient. That's why I invested in another unit. I can earn more, and they can enjoy the very same things I enjoy at home. What a life! So much more rewarding. So much more to life. SMDC.
We need beauty every day. We need power every day. Are you ready?
Ready? Yes.
Beauty is power.
Welcome back. You're still watching the big picture on the new channel. Before I call in back my guests for tonight, I would like to invite you as well to watch our other shows on TNC. Of course, I'm your nightly date night, 7 p.m. po yan, araw-araw. HR Hotline, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 12 noon. iBusiness streams live from Texas and Tennessee, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. The Fort Project, Wednesdays and Saturdays at 7 p.m. Dubai time. Usapang beauty. Thursdays and Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. U-Turn with Carmine Ortega, Mondays and Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. The Home Buyer, Mondays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. The Puppet Stories, The Puppet Stories, may S pa. Tuesdays, Fridays at 5 p.m. TNC Marketplace. Thursdays and Fridays at 10 p.m. Meron po yan mamayang gabi. Yola with attorney Carlo and attorney Sheila, Mondays and Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. TNC The Talk, Mondays at 12 noon. After Shift, Wednesdays and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Money and More with Armand Benko, Wednesdays and Fridays at 11. TNC Town Hall, first and fourth Saturday of the month, 7 p.m. And then one day, second and third Saturday naman po, same time, 7 p.m. But before we continue, I would like to play a video for the show that we're going to launch on Saturday. All right. So the world premiere of Usapang Beauty with Joby Linsangan Moreno will be on Saturday, August 8 at 5:30 p.m. Huwag niyo pong kakalimutan yan na Usapang Kagandahan po yan. Mga kakikayan daw ang pag-uusapan nila dyan. And also, pagkatapos po ng launching na yan, kailangan niyo pa rin po magstay sa TNC because we are going to launch yet another inspiring show one day. Watch. The world premiere of One Day, a TNC special, will be on August 8th, Saturday at 7 p.m. It's raw, unfiltered, without script, live. Chloe, a 9-year-old Filipina-British in China, shares how she feels about autism and how accepting one's disability can turn into a life-changing positivity. Diyos ko, sobrang yung pagkakapiano no, yung music talaga yung yung nagdala doon sa pag nang napapakinggan ko yung opening billboard na yan, yung video. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me be back on the studio. I'm back on the studio. And then let me call on our guest for tonight, Miss Gracie Venzuela is a marketing communications consultant. Miss Gracie, Thank you again for coming over to the big picture. Now, the question that I left prior to commercial break was your challenge, your biggest challenge. Yung pag ganun yung career mo and then something happened along the way. Tell us something about your story.
A life-changing and a life-changing experience for me, because prior to 2016, I've always been a very energetic person, and being in the events management industry, I had to be very strong and on the go, and really I would say self-reliant, kumbaga, no, professional. I had to learn the ropes of the industry on my own because there was no course. In fact, it drove me to prepare the first course, no, and training module for events management here in the Philippines. But in 2016, that was March 23, 2016, the old Gracie died. I was in the middle of an event, managing it, and patapos na yun because it was a morning event, a team building activity. I turned around to walk to the water cooler, and all of a sudden I fell and I lost the feeling on my legs. No, I was in tremendous pain, and apparently I suffered a spontaneous fracture of my right femur, and I was rushed to the hospital in shock. My right foot was already a letter Z because it was broken.
Wow.
And I was in shock, in pain. I was in tremendously confused. I didn't know what was going on. And mabuti na lang, napaka-professional at napakagaling ng mga emergency staff sa Asian Hospital. They immediately took me sa...
Where was the event?
In Villamor Air Base. And luckily, it was 2 blocks away in the gym of Villamor Air Base. And they called the ambulance in 6 minutes. It was there with people that could carry me and whisk me to my hospital of choice. And since taga-sukat ako, I said, why don't you take me to Asian Hospital? They x-rayed me. I was shouting all the way because napakasakit. And they said that I had a fracture. My right femur was fractured. If this is the bone, parang kinap ng samurai sword yung bone.
Wow.
And they put me on traction in 24 hours. I waited for 4 days to get clearance to surgery. On the 4th day, they repaired my femur. They put a titanium rod on my femur to repair the bone and to straighten my leg. And then a week later, they said that it was because of cancer.
Oh.
So, my life just completely shut. I didn't know what to do. And they said it was stage 4 cancer. And that it was the primary cause was breast cancer, but it had already affected the bones of my body.
Naging ano siya? Parang naging malutong.
Nag-metastasis na po. Nag-metastasis sa buto. So my right femur broke and my spine was damaged. T7 and T8, the bones had to be repaired. L1 and L5, I have a metal clamp. And then my sacral spine, meron pong screw fixation. So I was I was literally an invalid for months, and I could not. It took me about.
Nakita na lang yung iba pang mga bones because of that.
Opo, I had to undergo a battery of tests dahil it metastasized na daw, and they had to check the extent. So can you imagine, tests alone, $250,000 pesos na. Just to conduct all the tests, no? So for the bones, CT scan, bone density, lahat po, lahat, blood test, grabe. Tapos I had to undergo the spine surgery, and after 1 month after I broke my leg. So I could not walk, I could not do anything. I was in bed. The only thing I could move was to turn my head from left to right. and my fingers, may swero dito, swero, so it was very difficult.
What was the most
And-
difficult? What was the most difficult part ng nasa bed ka lang and helpless ka? Well, of course, yung mobility is one. But ano yung
I couldn't move.
number one
Yeah.
na battle na kailangan yung mapanalunan?
And of course, I as an adult, the pain and the adjustment to being completely helpless like a baby. And I had to do everything in the bed, everything. They gave me a bath in the bed, or think everything that you do as an adult person. I had to do it lying down in the bed.
For how long?
And I was on and off in the hospital. I was one of the longest staying patients in the cancer rehabilitation hospital in
Is it,
2016.
Is it on the record? Was there a sort of how do you call it?
Yeah. They told me I was one of the longest staying patients. In fact, my doctors became my friends because, my room was, sabi parang hindi ito room ng may cancer na ganun kaseryoso, because my room was a happy room. Ito, I tried to maintain an atmosphere of liveliness and
Where did it coming from? Where did it coming from? Yung idea na you have to make it lively and still upbeat, regardless.
Well, inisip ko na kung ako, of course, after the initial shock and all the tears and all the I made the resolve that my life has meaning. I cannot just allow it to define my illness, to define who I am. So, alam mo, nandun ako sa bed, no? Every day after I'm prepared by my nurse, I had to get a personal caregiver. After I showered, naayos ako, I put powder, I put makeup, I put lips, So pagpasok ng doktor sa akin, Miss Venzuela, you look okay. Sabi ko, I am okay. I declared it. I am okay. I'm fine, doc. Talagang, how are you? Ganun ako. I never allowed them to see me gloomy. And tawanan pa yung mga nurses, when they come to my room, I share my food, picnic kami with them. Because I had to make my hospital room my home.
Yeah. Ibang pagtingin, no? Ibang experience. Sige, magpo-pause ako sa isang commercial break, and then pag-usapan natin yung recovery, and from there, paano ka bumalik. And now that we are being challenged with this pandemic, paano ka naman nag-cook ngayon as far as your business and personal health is again concerned. The Big Picture on TNC will return. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're still watching The Big Picture on the new channel. August 2020 is one busy month for TNC because, again, to recap, we are going to launch three shows for this month. So, Usapang Beauty with Joby Linsangan Moreno premieres August 8th, Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Money and More with Arman Benko, 12th of August, Wednesday at 11 a.m. And YOLO with attorney Carlo and attorney Sheila, 17th of August, Monday at 8:30 p.m. Watch this clip. YOLO with attorney Carlo Ibanez and attorney Sheila San Diego premieres August 17, Monday at 8:30 p.m. Panoorin po yung kailang guesting sa Friday before that. So, kailan ba ang Friday before that? 17, Monday, 16, Sunday, 15, Saturday, 14. August 14 po ang kailang guesting dito po sa The Big Picture. Pag-usapan natin kung paano yung show magra-run for the entire season with attorney Carlo and attorney Sheila because this is an interesting month for TNC. Meron na kaming law show. So, excited kami para dito. And tomorrow, we are going to have the first press con on TNC. So, panoorin niyo po yan. Alas 11 ba yan? Basta bukas sa umaga, parang alas 11 nga. 10:30 or 11 a.m. press con. So, manood po kayo dahil family business ang amin pong magiging unang press con. And then, soon to be launched, ay banggitin ko na rin para hindi na tayo magkagulatan. TNC Arena is the place where you want to have your event live stream. Kung gusto niyo may live stream yung event, ang TNC Arena po ang inyong pupuntahan. And also, yun pong TN Cinema. Ang TN Cinema po ay mga indies naman. So baka magpalaro kami ni Apple. Mga entries kailangan po namin dyan sa TN Cinema para maipalabas natin every Sunday. Mga short clips lang po yan. Mga 30-minute or 20-minute na clip. Hindi naman siya full-length na feature film. Pero basta mag-join kayo, announce namin ng details gusto lang namin may announce kagad na mas maaga para ma-excite kayo. Alright, so let me have back Gracie Venzuela, Marketing Communications Consultant, Survivor, Fighter. Ma'am, tell me something about the recovery and then ano yung unang ginawa mo nung nakauwi ka na sa bahay, nakakagalaw ka na and you're back to the game.
Yes, actually, by the grace of God, on the year 2016, I was able to walk, of course, with the help of a walker, and partly wheelchair-bound pa rin ako noon kasi I couldn't really be walking as freely as I was before. But I was able to walk, and I learned how to take small steps, going upstairs and going downstairs. That was a challenge. And then by the end of that year, I was able to direct my first show.
Wow!
Wheelchair ako nun. And I had a special setup in the tech booth. But I was able to manage my first event on this December 23, 2016. So I ended that year with an event. And then 2017, I had to undergo another surgery because they had to perform a mastectomy. It took me 1 year to get the mastectomy done on my right breast. So I had a mastectomy mid-year of 2017. So I was again bedridden for a while, but at least I could continue my PT because I had to continue my physical therapy so that I could learn how to walk and strengthen my bones. And of
Unbelievable.
course, continuous medication, continuous test. Cancer journey is a constant. You have to be on guard always. Just because may treatment, it lives in your body, and I didn't want to undergo chemotherapy, so I was taking, doing nutrition, and I had hormonal treatment, and I was supplementing with I consulted with a holistic medicine doctor, an integrative medicine doctor, and currently I still have some challenges because merong bagong growth in my left breast, but I'm to me it is a constant battle, and but I know that I will win this.
Yeah, for
I
sure. Yeah,
you
you
know,
have,
talagang
you have
the resilience that by the grace of God, the emotional and mental resilience that I learned in my life, the test of my life, no, is now my testimony, which I want to share with a lot of people there who probably have a health challenge also. Could be cancer, it could be COVID-19, it could be any dreaded illness. It could be a financial problem that seems so huge, no? But you win the battle by developing resilience, no? And I sort of studied and analyzed how my journey was, because the ability to cope with stress, with with what's going on in this world, we have to develop it. It is really a life skill that is so important.
Yeah, oh good. Anyway, you know the drill naman ah. You have won several times. So parang repetition na lang 'yun, same mindset. Okay, good. So before I ask you the last question, let's have a game.
Go!
All right, just choose if you want this to be small or big. Number 1, milk tea,
Small,
coffee,
big,
car,
big,
house,
big,
family,
small,
credit limit sa credit card,
big,
planet in the solar system,
big,
bed,
big,
watch, wristwatch.
small.
If heaven is true, sinong isasama mo sa langit kung aakyat ka na ngayon?
Right this very moment,
Wag ako.
my mom.
Alright. Kung ikaw ay barbero, sinong gusto mong gupitan ngayong panahon ng pandemya?
Si Piolo Pascual.
Okay. You're a gym instructor. Sinong political leader ang gusto mo i-train sa gym?
Si Harry Roque.
You're an astronaut. Sinong gusto mo isama sa outer space?
Oh, outer space. Well, it's gotta be my best friend. Her name is Angela.
All right. You have all the money.
Go ahead.
You have all the money in the world. Which company are you going to buy?
Google.
Okay. Thank you so much for playing the game, Mami. You survived it, see? Very easy. Last question. All things considered, what's the big picture?
The big picture for me is life. It's life, you know. We paint our life is our canvas. What you do in your life, what you accomplish, what you achieve, where you go, what dreams you have, the canvas is your life. So the big picture, as far as I'm concerned, is your life. It's my life. At the end of my days, that picture will be in the canvas in an art gallery somewhere in heaven, you know, because I know that there's going to be a huge house. As he said, in my house there are many rooms, and in
Yes.
one of those rooms my big picture will one day hang there in heaven.
All right. Well said. Well said. Thank you so much, madam. Where do they get in touch with you if they need your expertise? Meron ka bang Facebook or website?
You know, get in touch with me, Gracie Venzuela. I'm on Facebook.
Okay, so just type the name Gracie
Message me,
Venzuela and then
Gracie Venzuela on Facebook. If you have a marketing or an event, marketing project, an event, or even just to be acquainted, you know, and you're welcome to just get in touch with me on Facebook.
all right. Thank you so much, Miss Gracie Venzuela. Maraming salamat sa time mo, madam. Sana nag-enjoy ka sa TNC.
Yes, I did. Thank you so much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Gracie Venzuela, marketing communications consultant. Nag-enjoy ba kayo for tonight? TBP or The Big Picture is presented to you by Puzzle Box BPO Inc., also sponsored by SMDC, Unisol, Lulura, Entrepreneur, Creative Voices, Step Back, PALP, and PAPS. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng nanood. I'm going to see you again tomorrow night, same time, same channel. Again, mamayang gabi po. Gabi na pala ngayon. Abangan niyo po, 10 p.m. Don't miss TNC Marketplace. Bye-bye everyone. Dinner muna kayo. Thank you. See you tomorrow.